and this is a story you and I can't quite believe is true.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, students, aren't universities meant to be places where you have debates and freedom of speech?
Supposed to be, but apparently you can't sit in your own bedroom now and be on the phone to your mate and say what you think about something without getting reported to what our next guest called the Stasi. This is Robert Ivinson, who was a student at Exeter University, and he was having a conversation. Hi, hello, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
It's good, I recognise you. Now, listen, you've had a terrible time. This is outrageous. We can't get over it. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, well, I checked with my flatmates here, and they're all right with me having this during
you have to check now to have a conversation.
Yeah. So they're all right here. Well, I was in my first year at university, and my aunt had just died. She was my last living relative on my dad's side over here. And my friend called me up from Australia to sort of offer me his condolences. And then we just sort of, after that, we sort of segued into our usual conversation about, current events, things that are going on in the world. And I expressed some opinions that I think are pretty normal, to be honest. But the girl next door didn't like it. And then...
What did you say? What did you say in this conversation?
I said a number of things. I said the thing that led off was veganism is stupid. And
tell me why you said that.
Well, because I think it is stupid.
Simple, that's enough then.
Yeah. So I said that I said also that I thought gender fluidity was stupid. Now, of course, I wouldn't say these things in that way in the public square, but joking around with friends on the phone, I put it in jokier terms than I might have otherwise. But yeah, and I also I complained about the state of England. I'm English. I was born here. I have an American accent, but my dad made sure I knew that I was English. And I spent some time in Australia, and I was trying to explain to him, things are not as good here as they are in Australia. And it doesn't mean England is, I love England any less. It's that this country has been mismanaged.
It has.
Anyway,
tell us what happened, because you said that after you'd had this conversation, there was a hammering at the door of your room. And what happened?
Yeah. So I opened up the door, and it was the...
Oh, we lost him. Oh, I'm going
to... We'll get him back.
We'll get him back.
Because this is the key.
So this is
in
the key.
The privacy of your university room.
Yeah.
He's banging on the door because somebody nearby or walking past us have snitched on him.
Yeah.
But snitched on what?
Yeah, but
a snitch tells us someone's done something wrong. So, saying veganism is stupid isn't wrong.
And of course, he's now been accused of being a transphobe as well.
Because he says gender fluidity is stupid, because he doesn't understand it.
Well, no, it's not because he doesn't understand. But, people are entitled. OK, Robert, you're back with us, yeah?
Yeah.
OK.
You're about to explain. So, Robert, somebody's banging on the door. Who's there?
So it was campus night patrol, and I opened up my door, and they said, "Oh, you've been saying some very offensive things in here." And they stuck their boot in the door. I'll never forget that. But their boot was actually wedged into the door, and said I couldn't close it on them. And I said, I'm sorry that I was making noise, but I'm not sorry for the things that I was saying. I can say what I want in the privacy of my own room.
So you were hauled before a disciplinary panel, weren't you?
Yeah, and it was quite jarring. The woman was very, very nice to me all the way up until she got me into the room and sat me down, and then flipped entirely. And she then just started reading off these accusations to me. I had no idea what I was liable for until I went into the meeting. They wouldn't tell me. They said, "You'll be told at the meeting." And as they read these things off to me, I couldn't process some of them. Some of them are just weird things, sentences that I don't say. I wouldn't say a sentence like that. And I said, "Can I read these accusations?" And they said,
Robert,
"No,
who are the people who are on the panel? Who are they? University?
These were two university employees from, I believe, the residents' side of the university. but I'm not entirely sure who they were now in retrospect.
So probably not lecturers, not anything, people who ran administrative.
No.
So these are, in the scheme of things, these are people who shouldn't have any say in what you say and do.
No. These people have no academic function, and what you'll find is at the university now, every year that goes by, there's more and more of these people, and they don't make the academic side of life easier for the academics either. It's just busy work.
So what was the sanction they proposed? You were threatened with expulsion. Did you have to fall on your knee and apologise and wear sackcloth and ashes?
I didn't apologize, but I was put on sudden death, saying that if I did any minor infringement that normally wouldn't justify being kicked out, they could kick me out if they wanted to.
I mean, this is outrageous. You say veganism is stupid,
and you challenge gender fluidity. Why aren't you allowed to challenge that?
The whole point about university, surely, Robert, is you're allowed in an open forum, never mind in the privacy of your own room, in a forum, you're allowed to disagree with ideologies, with the way people live. You're allowed to say that.
Yeah, look, I like people with big ideas that are passionate about those ideas. I like talking to them. It's not about left or right. I like talking to anybody. What I don't like is the discourse getting shut down and people not being able to exchange views on these things that are very important, that are part of this ongoing sort of societal dialogue that we have about who we are and where we're going to go. And I think that this time that we're in right now is very significant, because we're trying to figure out who we want to be for the next generation. And I'm trying to take part in that discourse.
Can we give you some advice? Stick to your guns, mate. And don't let the what's-its grind you down. That's Robert Ivinson, who's had quite a spirited battle at Exeter University. Now, we did ask the university for a comment about this, but so far we haven't received a response.